Tower is one of the greatest games I've ever played, and I can't stop thinking about it. I'm sitting here, 8 a.m., 3 days after finishing Pizza Tower. May have accidentally stayed awake for more than 24 hours. That's unrelated. Anyways, I can't stop thinking about this game. The gameplay, the art style, the animation, the sound design, the music, the polish. Every goddamn pixel is full of love, and it's all so good. Like, look, you've all probably come across something that you've consumed either media-wise or food-wise that made you go, why is nobody talking about this? It's baller! I'm gonna keep streaming about this until somebody talks about it. And, hey, you know what? That's a fucking move. Because I have been infected with a Pizza Tower hyperfixation. I need to convince more people. Because genuinely, in all my years of video gaming, has there ever been a game quite like Pizza Tower? Well, for me. Inspired by the Wario Land games, Pizza Tower is, I, like many of you watching, like to consume my games by watching other people play them. And what you're seeing here looks intense, high action, high octane, insane, full of pizza pain, but is nothing compared to how it feels. Of course the game will feel different than watching it. You're playing the game. I hear you say, your voice is coming to me from beyond the void. Shush! Because a game can look impressive, you know, like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but if all you're doing is holding one button, not much of a game. So I promise you, I'm telling you, I am currently reaching through your viewing device and I'm shaking your soul. This game feels exactly how it looks and sounds, and that is the peakest of game design. Literally no complaints about this game. It's challenging but extremely forgiving, and everything about this game encourages you to replay and replay and replay. This is coming from someone that doesn't like Elden Ring. Something about this game just clicked. You know, easy to learn, hard to master sort of way. But here's the basics of how this game works. This is Peppino. He make the pizza. You run, over, up, down, up walls, under narrow passages. There's dudes in your way. Kill them. There's toppings. Get them. Make Peppino proud. And there's a gimmick in every level, 3 secrets, a super valuable ingredient, you gotta get the janitor to help you get, sentient toppings to help you progress, chef tasks, and an escape sequence in every level that's actually quite forgiving on time. Because in order to get the maximum score possible and make Peppino the most proud of you, you gotta do the second lap and do the whole escape sequence again on the same timer. And despite the high skill seeing, the game is extremely forgiving. You don't have health, you just feel really bad for hurting Peppino so many times. You can easily get back up to speed if you accidentally bounce into something. Boss fights, oh right, I forgot to tell you, there's boss fights. There's boss fights, by the way. They drop health as the fight goes on, encouraging you to beat the ever-living shit out of them. If the escape timer runs out, the final boss just chases you around, giving you a little bit of extra time to escape. Very few obstacles really stop your momentum, and it doesn't even matter because if you're going fast enough, they all shit themselves and you run them over like, I don't know, man, a really fast car. Oh, and if there's a nasty boy in front of you, just style on them and just keep trucking. And if you get spooked by jump scares, like me, good news, sometimes it's just Oktoberfest. And you get a gun. The only level I had trouble with and had to restart a whole bunch was quite appropriately the last level. War. And even then, once you figure out the level, it's extremely fun. Like, I can't stress enough, I'm not a person who enjoys challenging action games. Dark Souls and Elden Ring were only fun when they met me at my skill level, which was, level 1, and then never anything else afterwards. Pizza Tower is challenging, but once again, being a 2D platformer, you can see all the action on screen at all times. Where you're going, and what's standing in your way. Everything is telegraphed, you know what's coming, and you know it's gonna be, well, a lot. Look at all that! It's beautiful! And the humor of this game. Oh, this guy! Whoever decided to give this wet paper sack of a man so much personality deserves a kiss on the fucking mouth! Because all the comedy comes from slamming this paisano into everything and getting that nice crunch as you murder your way through every level. This game makes you feel like Peppino spaghetti. Every mistake, every triumph, that's you and him and you, baby. This whole game deserves the P for perfect. When I booted up this game for the first time, I didn't think I'd want to play as a scrungly Italian man who bites his hand, but I soon learned, oh, this is what I needed. It scratches an itch I didn't know I had. It's the definition of frenetic. You go fast, faster, and faster, not because, woo, boost pad. No, because you are getting better, faster, and stronger. This shit is like playable adrenaline. I've never felt my blood return to my hands after beating a level, but this game makes me feel emotions at such a height I'll do it again and again and again, even if it means my thumbs will be unusable the next day. One day you'll develop a callous, you horrid thumb. So, have I made my case sufficiently enough? You gonna give Tour de Pizza 20 bucks and experience pure gamer dopamine? You gonna pause this video right now before I start waxing poetically about games and go support Pizza Tower Guy and Mr. Sauceman and the rest of the team? I'm gonna put their names here. I'm bad at names. Yep, there they are. Yeah? Okay, good. But I'm still gonna wax poetically because it wouldn't be Cosby.Cosby/Cosby if I fucking did it. I've actually been aware of Tour de Pizza's Master Pizza for many years now. Seeing this jabroni Vincent Vinesauce play it like 4 or 3 years ago. And even though I didn't keep up with development after that, I always kept a lookout for it in the back of my mind. And now after playing the game, I wish I had followed the development a lot closer. Indie games are really fascinating to me. A small group of programmers, artists, and musicians coming together to work towards one goal. And sometimes it's not even a group, sometimes it's just one guy. Making an entire interactive experience just fueled by their passion. And also, hopefully, like, Patreon bucks. Shout out to literally everyone who ever made something just for the love of it. Just to get that idea out of your brain and into the world. I love it. I thank you for not giving up hope. I know it's hard to throw your everything into something, not knowing if anyone will even acknowledge your work. I suppose that's why I'm making this video. Because out there right now, there's a video game that was filled to the brim with love, and I fear that all that hard work may go unnoticed because some big name isn't behind it. Or the main character is a sweaty, therapy-needing meatball of a man and not a more homogenized character like Marketability Marvel Man. I really do love small teams being able to take their small ideas to the extremes, and not being muddled by too many cooks in the kitchen trying to make the dish more palatable for a wider audience. Not that I think that Pizza Tower will only be fun for a small set of people, but because I think people's impression of this game that's informed solely from some gameplay clips and fan art isn't going to get across how visceral this game feels. And therefore, people are just gonna see funny Italian man in harsh black and white pixel art and think to themselves, that looks weird and odd, and then not engage with the game itself. Much like how I saw the game in the demos many years ago and thought, what an odd game, and moved on. Mostly, I just want more Pizza Tower. And more from Tour de Pizza, and that's not going to happen if they aren't well known and not getting any money. Now, am I expecting more from this development team who spent the last 5 years fine-tuning one of the best platforming experiences I've ever had? No. God, no. They need 5 weeks vacation minimum. I want to see a pineapple pizza margarita in their hand stat. But I've looked at Pizza Tower Guy's old development VODs, and I just can't help thinking that if we want to see more indie passion projects in the future, then we need to show that indie passion projects get support and money so they can pay for food and rent and stuff. Also, I should mention, we have Pizza Tower thanks to early interest in the game supporting the developers through Patreon, and that the game is as polished as it is because Tour de Pizza was able to spend time necessary to do so. That's what indie passion projects need. A fan base that wants what's best for the game and developers, money, and time. And Pizza Tower is proof of that. Also, I can't help thinking about why he was looking at Homer with the donut for so long. What? Anyways, go buy Pizza Tower, best game of 2023. I'm gonna go pass out listening to Pizza Tower speedruns and dream of Peppino making me the best pizza ever, because it's currently same day noon as the start of the script. Good night, everybody, and happy pizzaing. What? Okay, hi baby, what are you doing? The moment I start recording anything with audio, you just start jumping over here? Is that what's going on? I gotta do the Patreon thanks. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd like to thank Very Tarzana, Bree, Chris, DeRollin' Thunder, Eva, and Radar Love for their continued support on my Patreon. If you'd like to financially support me, best way to do so is to go to patreon.com/Cosmine, take a look at all the rewards. Keep in mind, the $10 tier gives you 10% off on any commission. That includes live 2D commissions, which, hey man, I got live 2D commissions and they're pretty good and they're pretty pricey. Get that $10 tier and get that 10% off your order. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. Bye. Hi. Hi.